Hello and welcome to Miniatures Rundown with something new to us. Not really new, although it is kind of new in the minis wargaming sphere.
Yeah.
It's Trench Crusade.
In the grand scheme of things, in the millions and millions of years the Earth has been around, Trench Crusade's pretty new.
Okay, yeah, but by that, by that logic, so is Warhammer 40,000. Just a drop in the bucket. Trench Crusade. We've been playing Trench Crusade for a while. Mm-hmm. And we wanted to talk about it here because we do enjoy it. We enjoy it a lot.
Yes, it's super fun.
Now, let's get this out of the way. Are we stopping Necromunda? Are we abandoning Games Workshop? No.
Yeah. No.
No, we still love Necromunda. Yeah. It's not going anywhere. We're still playing Necromunda. We're still going to talk about Necromunda here. You'll still see Necromunda videos in the channel because we still love Necromunda. Trench Crusade is very different from Necromunda.
Yeah, very different.
They have a slight similarity in that they are kind of small scale, skirmish focused. Mm-hmm. You're supposed to love and name your dudes, but also watch them die horribly. Mm-hmm. They both use 2d6 a lot.
True. Well, because Necromunda doesn't always use 2d6.
No, but it does use 2d6 a lot.
Yeah.
Trench Crusade uses it more. Mm-hmm. That's kind of where the similarities really end.
Yeah. We'll talk about it.
Well, yeah, but we're not here to talk about Necromunda today. Yeah. We're here to talk about Trench Crusade and why we like it so much. Oh boy, do you have one you want to start with?
I'm going to start with something I said in one of the other videos and kind of lean on the miniatures agnostic side of it. I said in Necromunda, it's very nice, in our Necromunda, why we like it, that I like the conversion opportunities. And I love conversion opportunities. I still do it as much as I can. It's great. Trench Crusade is that with some extra on top of it, because not only is there conversion opportunities, but Factory Fortress says use whatever minis you want.
Yes,
they have minis available, some in plastic now, and a lot of STLs. But you can really heart's content whatever minis you want for your faction, as long as it fits the general theme.
Vague theme.
Yeah. And that's probably my absolute favorite part. But it is the freedom to be able to use whatever minis you want.
Yeah, so conversions or minis agnostic can be a double-edged sword.
Yes.
Because freedom can be damning. Mm-hmm. Very literally in this case of Trench Crusade. Because too much freedom can make it difficult to understand what you're going for. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, it's if I say, Mitchell, tell me a joke. Whereas, Mitchell, tell me a joke about lawyers.
Okay, fair enough.
That narrowing it down makes it easier to do. Right. Yeah. Easier to do something. Like, sometimes the freedom to do absolutely anything you want is like, okay.
It's the analysis process.
I don't know what I want to do. There's so much. Trench Crusade has a very solid theme.
Yes, that is true. That's why I said kind of fits inside the theme, which you do need to have in some.
It has a very solid theme. All of the factions have very strong identities within that theme, which makes, whether you are kit bashing and converting, whether you're just using miniatures you already have, every single one of those factions can basically be played by a Warhammer 40,000 army.
Yeah,
without any. Like, oh yeah, I'm playing Antioch. Yeah, I'm playing Space Marines. They're guys in power armor.
Yeah, that's true.
It's fine. It's whatever. I mean, Trench Crusade is in a universe where the Pope has a space program. Do whatever you want.
And angels have literally come to Earth and killed thousands of people.
Well, so it has a very strong theme, and that means that there's guidance for each of the factions to make something within each of those factions.
Yes.
That is, so it's not a struggle to kit bash. It's kind of like what we love about Necromunda, where we love kit bashing like Khador. Okay, what are Khador? Well, they love fire, and they're trash hobos, and there's lots of them, and they're religious zealots. Yep. So everything that we kit bash within Khador falls within those lines. So, okay, so I have Skaven Khador.
Yep.
What are Goliath? They're big, strong muscle men. So anytime I kit bash, it's within that, I think. Trench Crusade has a similar strength of identity within it.
Yes.
And we've often joked with Necromunda that any game is miniatures agnostic if you believe hard enough.
Oh, yeah.
Because you and I very often use entirely kit bashed or
alternate
models.
Alternate companies, 3D prints, kit bashing, everything.
And Trench Crusade having the miniatures agnostic officiality to it is nice.
Yeah, but it's nice in that it's for the people that aren't like us.
Right. That is a very good point. I often forget that people are not like me.
Yeah.
Because not everybody, some people, they play a Games Workshop game, they want to use Games Workshop. I'm sure there are some folks who play Trench Crusade and want to use Factory Fortress minis.
Yeah. Cody.
I mean, they are good.
They're great. No, they're fantastic.
They're just really expensive for STLs. Yeah. The more things change, the more things stay the same, right?
But like, if you want to get everything on one faction's my mini factory, it's like $100.
Yes.
$100 for the whole faction. Print as much as you want.
Yeah. You could also go a lot cheaper.
Yeah, you could go cheaper.
Because everybody's making stuff for Trench Crusade right now.
Yeah, because they're perfectly fine with their license being out there and open.
Yep.
And it's great.
It's like how everyone made Schmeischmarine.
Yeah.
And now it's the Schmeiern Schmoltenate. So yeah, kind of echoing off of yours, I love the strong identity. If you're not familiar with Trench Crusade, it is basically that during the First Crusade, when the Catholic Church basically sent a bunch of people to retake Jerusalem, some Templars found something they shouldn't have and did a naughty, and opened some kind of terrible thing that opened a portal to hell, basically. And the forces of hell invaded, and now it's 1,000 years later, basically during the First World War era, and it's basically World War I if actual literal demons and angels were fighting each other.
Yeah, which is very cool.
Which is very strong theming.
Yep.
And
super strong theming. I like alternate history things.
yes, it is a fun alt history thing.
And I like the supernatural part of alt history, because some people are just like the alt history of like, what if, I don't know, the Confederates won.
Right, yeah.
And that's about it.
Yeah.
But this is like, what if there was a portal to hell opened?
Right, yeah, and you could walk there and get a cool suit of armor if you managed to not burst into flame on the way there.
Yeah, so I do enjoy that. As much as I don't like, well, it's not that I don't like, I'm not as in tune to the story and that kind of thing behind it. It's just a cool setting to have for me.
And I will say that I still prefer, like, and we're not going to spend this entire video comparing the two, but I actually like Necromunda's setting better.
Really?
The whole boy, how do I phrase this carefully? Hold on, give me a second. Okay. Part of 40K's thing is obviously like like 40K is space Catholicism, right? And Trench Crusade is like 40K
literal
is
Catholicism.
Yeah. Trench Crusade is literal Catholicism in the sense that like now, however, it's still very far removed from anything approaching actual modern Catholicism. I mean, and they do it in a way where they don't explain it to death. They just mention things that make it very clear that this is not the Catholicism of real Catholicism.
Sure.
Like, is like, what is a meta Christ? How can you take the blood of cloned Jesus and turn into a super soldier? Who knows? Probably not kosher. We'll ask the Pope next time I see him. Someone gave a copy of Undertale to that one Pope?
Yeah.
Someone should give a copy of Trench Crusade.
Here, just read this while you have some time.
Read this on the toilet.
I mean, he's from Chicago, so.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, at least I could communicate with him. I'll give him Trench Crusade and a bottle of Malort.
You brought up, put the Malort counter up.
Yeah. Ding! I'm not actually super into the religious theming, which is a very strange thing. And it is... If Necromunda has a little bit of tongue-in-cheek into it, Trench Crusade has none.
Oh, no.
Trench Crusade is very completely, this is Cirrus Grimdark thing.
Yeah.
To the point where it is very clearly self-parody.
But it's like, it's not as clear of a self-parody as it could be.
There is no wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah.
Necromunda has a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Necromunda has a little bit about it. Isn't it kind of funny that the Enforcers are literally just another gang? Isn't it kind of funny that they all eat corpse starch?
Yeah.
Trench Crusade is the black metal album cover that you bought to tick your parents off in 1984.
That's true.
So that's what we kind of like about the theming. What about the actual gameplay itself?
I particularly, I don't want to say that it's simple, but I feel like after you get used to the system, it is very, very intuitive in the changes to that system.
Yeah.
It is, you have 2d6, you need a 7. And if you have armor or abilities, or your opponent has abilities or cover or long range or whatever, that's just all additions or subtractions from that.
Right.
Which I like, that it's just you learn this one thing and then the things around it all add to it.
Yeah, the main mechanic is that you are always rolling 2d6 and you're always looking for a 7.
Yeah.
And the modifications to that is always just either rolling more dice and still shooting for a 7, or rolling fewer dice and still shooting for a 7. Like basically, instead of kind of the +1 -1 of normal war games that we're used to, it's the dice minus dice.
Yes.
It does take getting used to, but it is a very elegant system.
Yes, elegance is a good way to put it.
The guy who wrote this, I can never remember his full name. It's Tomas something. He wrote More Time as well. So he's a Games Workshop alum. And I believe had a hand in some of the early Necromunda, although I don't know that for certain.
I think I heard something about that, yeah.
Yeah, I've not researched him extensively. Because I'm going to be honest, when I look into games made by certain people, I don't really look into who made them, because people with pedigree, I think video games kind of ruined that for me. The idea that someone could make a game just because, they made this last game and they're actually really good about it, and then you realize, games were kind of actually a giant communal effort, and one person does not make a game. Although more so wargaming than with video games, but different story.
Yes, true.
I really do like Trench Crusade's overall dice mechanic. It is very simple, and everything else is simple. Compared to a lot of Games Workshop games specifically, it is very much a simple game.
Yes. Necromunda is more complicated.
Oh god, yeah, not even close.
By a margin.
And I think that's why we're still playing both, is because they scratch different itches.
True.
Necromunda really is about, okay, I'm behind cover, so I'm getting this bonus, and I'm doing this and this and this and this, and there's 14 different bonuses, and you have to hit me, wound me, armor save me, and injure me, and then you have to come over here and step on my head, and then I have to roll the injury chart. All of that is condensed into like one die roll in Trench Crusade.
Between you got hit, wound, and that's it.
That's it. Like if you hit them, you wound them. That's it. They don't get to make an armor save. It's just when you go to injure them, their armor save is subtracted from the roll. That's it. It's all 2 dice. Which is, if you are looking for something that is more complicated and engaging, is not necessarily what you want. So not everyone's going to want this. But I think we enjoy it because it is not what else the other things we play, right? We want a little simplicity sometimes. So I think another reason that we can play Necromunda and also play Trench Crusade is the elephant in the room, which is it does not cost a lot for the rules.
Yes. The rules are free online.
Yes.
Every single rule, campaign, scenario, everything is online for free.
Free rules, living document, all that good stuff.
The miniatures are different. They vary, obviously, from wherever you get them, anywhere from free to $1 bajillion. You could still use GW models, and it's the same price. But if you're looking for a relatively cheap game, this is one of them. Yeah.
I think one of the reasons the only reason we got into this initially, and we talked about this in our How to Start Necromunda videos, which we've now done twice, because one for previous years and one for 2025. The big barrier to entry to getting someone in Necromunda is all the rules they got to buy. And that's still our biggest complaint about Necromunda the game, right? We love almost everything about the game except the process for buying the rules. We don't mind buying the miniatures. You get cool plastic out of that.
Yeah, you get cool stuff. I was going to do that anyway.
Right. And that barrier to entry not being there in Trench Crusade is why we started playing it, and why we were able to get... How do we have? 6 people playing it right now?
We have 6 people playing with at least 2 or 3 more interested in potentially the next
and a couple people who are not playing Necromunda with us.
True.
Because it was easier for them to get into this. I will say, and people have brought this up, if you don't have a 3D printer, I don't know if Trench Crusade is that much cheaper to get into minis-wise than Necromunda. Which is a little weird to say.
I don't know if that's true. I mean, if you don't have a printer, you're probably... Like, if you're literally ordering the physical minis, you're probably right.
Like, you gotta
Except for Prussia.
Well, even then, that's still a box of, what, $50 box of minis?
It was 50, and you probably want 2. But that's still...
And it doesn't come with everything. Boy, this is sounding more and more like Necromunda, right? Because the Prussian plastics don't come with a sniper priest.
Right.
And if you're playing Antioch and you don't have a sniper priest, you're probably playing Antioch wrong. We'll talk about that when we do the Warbound rundowns.
Which we will.
Because I want to talk about Antioch and how much Kevin has just floored us all with Antioch and his sniper priest. So now, like, you could get it cheaper because you could buy a bunch of Reaper Bones minis. But if they're $5 a piece and you need 12 of them, then $60.
True.
Like, it's kind of weird to say if you don't have your own 3D printer, or a friend who wants to 3D print for you cheap, like Cody. I printed his. He's playing Pilgrims, thank you. I want to call them penitents, but no, he's playing Trench Pilgrims, aka the most Cawdor of factions. They're really our 1-to-1 there. I printed those for him, and he basically paid me for materials, and that was it. So for him, it was a lot cheaper to get Pilgrims than it was for him to buy a Necromunda army. But if you don't have your local printer bro, like us, and you don't have a printer yourself, then you got to buy the minis somewhere.
Yeah.
And you can get cheaper minis in Games Workshop. Let's not beat around the bush.
Yeah, of course.
But if you're talking about fully customizing them, it's not going to be a lot cheaper than a single Necromunda game. I think it will be cheaper, though.
Yes. Again, ignoring the rules.
Right.
Because the rules is actually the expensive part for Necromunda.
And if you do have a 3D printer like me, that means you paid the money for the 3D printer at some point, so you're probably still not in the black.
Yeah.
If I did the math, I'm sure I have spent more on the printer
Yeah, probably.
than I have on Necromunda models.
Oh, I haven't.
If we don't count Forge World.
Ah, yeah.
And we don't count Ash Wastes.
Okay, so we're just ignoring
And also
half the stuff.
okay, yeah, just cut there.
Don't cut that. Leave that in.
Yeah.
Shame.
So it is not necessarily a cheap game to get into. You do also need terrain.
Terrain is probably the hardest part, but also in the rulebook, they show people playing with cardboard.
Oh, sure, yeah. It's like Necromunda.
Yeah.
You want lots of terrain, just play with what you've got.
Yeah, play with what you got, make some stuff up. I played with cereal boxes as my trenches the other day.
Just like Necromunda, if you have a printer bro local, there are so many STLs out there for trenches and whatever. But I do like the terrain setups a lot. I like that it's like trenches and World War I-y.
Yeah, it's very different from the way that Necromunda runs, which is basically like either indoors, all mechanical, or a barren wasteland. This is very different from that.
The reality is that playing with trenches in games usually actually kind of sucks because most of the time game rules kind of punish them. Like 40K, trying to play with like actual trenches in 40K is terrible.
Yes.
Trench Crusade actually has rules that make trenches make sense.
Yes. GW learn a thing or two about
and learn a thing or two about getting us the rules so we can play other games of yours.
Yeah.
So I can get more people to Necromunda. Because if I can just have them buy the cool models, they'll do that.
Yeah, they will.
So yeah, another thing we like about it is the free rules and the cheaper minis.
Cheaper minis.
But I don't want to try and sell this as a play Necromunda for cheaper, because it's probably not.
It's not that much cheaper.
Well, unless you already have the printer, in which case you could go nuts and just this is going to cost you cents to get into, which is.
Yeah, it's exactly what I've been doing too. I got a printer from.
How many warbands do you have now?
5.5.
Yeah, some jerk sold you an old printer.
Some guy sold me a printer, and I've been kind of going buku nuts, and I've printed all the factions.
Yep. And then my mini factory keeps having sales.
Yeah.
So, and then last but certainly not least is balance and campaign.
Yes.
And let's talk about the balance first.
Okay.
So, in our other flagship game, Necromunda, balance is a hot garbage tire fire.
Oh yeah, it's awful.
It's awful. You don't play it for balance. Trench Crusade is not a lot different.
It's not a lot. There's some broken stuff.
There's some broken stuff. There's some crappy stuff. The makers have flat out said this is not a tournament game. It's a campaign game, and that is how we have been playing it.
Yes.
It is fun as skirmish.
Yeah, it's fun enough as skirmish. I've played 5 or 6 skirmish games now, and I've never been like, oh, well, I wish that was a campaign game.
Right.
I just had fun with it.
Yep.
But the campaign is probably where it's at. It's where you should be playing, in my opinion.
Like Necromunda.
Yeah, like Necromunda.
You can play one-off Necromunda games. They're quite fun. You play them all the time. But the meat of it is having your dudes have names so that you can mourn them when they get exploded.
I feel like the difference between Necromunda and Trench Crusade campaign-wise is there are literal rules on the models in Necromunda that do nothing if you're not in a campaign.
Yes.
That is not the same with Trench Crusade.
No. You can pick them up in the campaign.
Yes, you can have campaign things that work only in the campaign, but you're never going to have the option to buy a model that's like, everybody around you gets +1 experience, which does nothing in a skirmish game.
Right.
So yeah, I feel like this leans a little more towards the one-off games, the skirmish games, but it is super fun either way.
Yeah, I guess I would say that it does work better as skirmish than Necromunda does.
Yeah.
Mostly due to the simplicity of getting started playing.
That's fair.
Because the keywords are very self-contained. Necromunda lags behind a lot of other Games Workshop games in the way that they haven't moved to a unified keyword system yet, like basically all the other GW games have. You know, Kill Team has done this, 40K has done this, Age of Sigmar has done this. They've moved to keyword unification. Necromunda doesn't have that because screw it.
Yeah,
we don't need, and you know what? I'm not going to bug them for it because I don't want a new edition of Necromunda. Trench Crusade has
coming.
that. like lots of games do, and that does make it easier. Like, okay, all your leaders have tough. Yeah, everyone's got that.
Yep.
That's kind of a normal thing. You big guys have strong, so they can all lift big, heavy weapons. But yeah, it is definitely, its strength is in the campaign. And the campaign is very fun.
It is super fun.
And I think one of the reasons it's the most fun is because it follows a tune that we have been beating on our drum for a very long time, which is catch-up mechanics.
Yes, we have complained quite a bit about either people running too far behind or going too far ahead in Necromunda, and I think Trench Crusade handles it very well.
Trench Crusade handles it so well that you can almost argue it's almost done too well.
Yeah.
Losing a game doesn't really set you back a ton.
No.
Losing a bunch of people, the only thing you really lose is the experience points on the people.
Yep.
And also their battle scars. Now, those experience points and those abilities that they can unlock can be very powerful.
Super strong.
And unlike Necromunda, Trench Crusade does not even attempt to give those abilities that you unlock points values.
Which is both a good and a bad thing.
It's good because it's less to keep track of. So, like, basically the credit limit just goes up each game, and everybody is following the same credit limit. So no one brings less credits than that, because if you have fewer models than fit that limit, you probably went home and resupplied and got your stuff back up to that level. But if one person is playing a fresh-faced gang where they had to restock, and the other person is playing one with a lot of upgrades, it is technically unequal.
It is, except you were limited in the points that you can take per game.
Right.
Which is where on the other side of the rubber band, if someone goes too far ahead and starts snowballing, they can only bring so much per game.
Right.
Whereas in Necromunda, that's limited per scenario.
Right.
This is, your models have to add up to this or less, and you're good.
Right.
Or a model count, because I have literally never seen anyone hit the model count. It's very high.
It's like 12 now.
It starts at 12.
Right.
And then it goes up to, I think it's 18 in the last one, which is crazy high. But the points limit per game is kind of where it's at for the making sure people don't snowball too hard.
Right.
And again, the only thing you really gain other than money for buying stuff, which limits on what you can take, is your experience.
Yep. Yeah. So the catch-up mechanics are so generous that, I mean, we are now halfway through our campaign. We're at a 6 out of 12 games. And it really doesn't feel like, because I know who's been winning the most games, Kevin. And I know who's unfortunately lost the most games, Cody. Poor Cody.
Poor Cody.
He's over there giving me the stink eye. I can feel it.
through the monitor.
Through the monitor. It wasn't my fault. It was my fault.
That was your fault.
But unlike in Necromunda, where often we've reached that point and one person is just like, well, I have a leader and a champion and 2 gangers and everyone else is in recovery. That doesn't happen in Trench Crusade.
Yeah.
Which is kind of nice.
Yes.
It's not better, though.
I agree that it's not better. I believe there should be some kind of system in place in Necromunda that isn't there. But one-to-one implementing from Trench Crusade, I think, is also not the
solution. Not the solution.
So I feel like some happy medium would be good.
And Necromunda does have its other catch-up mechanics.
Yeah,
it's underdogs. It's alliances. We've talked about all those, how to catch up, you guys. They're just different, but I think Trench Crusade scratches our itch in a particular way. Ironically, for a game that is very much not about balance.
Right.
It feels more balanced than a lot of other games we play that are supposedly very much all about balance.
Yeah, interesting.
And I don't know whether that is just down to the fact that that maybe it's just our game group where everyone's just embracing the theming. Because I'm sure that Trench Crusade you could break the heck out of.
Oh, 100%.
I'm sure you could just find ways to...
I feel like there's still more ways in Necromunda to break it. Like,
oh, sure.
The like average to most broken, I feel like the Necromunda is a higher percentage. But there's still some dirty, nasty stuff you could do in Trench Crusade.
Yes. Generally, though, you have to get glory to unlock it, which actually is kind of a cap on that. Whereas,
so the only thing I really wanted to say, as one of the drawbacks of the campaign system, isn't a huge drawback. It's just one of the things that Necromunda's done very well, which is the amount of different campaigns that are available and the variety of them.
Yes.
Whereas Trench Crusade, as of currently, only has one.
And part of that is it's only been out a year.
It's only been out a year. We just hit 1.0.
There are people who are still just now getting their physical rulebooks.
True.
Which, by the way, can't fault GW for this one purely because those physical rulebooks are already out of date.
Yes, they are.
Just
Because
like Games Workshop.
1.01 just came out.
That's not what you're supposed to learn from GW.
But the reason it's not such a huge drawback is, like we said in our Necromunda video, make up your own stuff. Like, making your own scenarios, campaigns, even glory items, if you want to go that far, that fit your theme, are super, super interesting and available, especially if you're not going for, like, the hardcore, like, I have to have the best thing. I will shout out my favorite channel. Tabletop Titans is doing their second campaign now. This one is very focused on, like, the mutations of, like, the coast, like the abyssal coast. And after every game, the person who wins has, like, a chance to get this, like, little bonus item that corrupts you a little bit. And it's the flavor that you can stack on top of all this stuff with, like, the angels and demons and religion and blah blah blah, makes it it's a sky's the limit. But right now the ceiling is really low.
Yeah.
Like, there's one campaign, and if you don't want to make your own stuff, there's one campaign.
Yeah.
But if you do want to make your own stuff, there's just so much you can do with it.
And I will say one thing that Trench Crusade does have over Necromunda is that the random mission generator
is
a little more fleshed out.
It's a little more random.
It's a little more random. I think the problem with Necromunda is that there's so much that they went very conservative on that random mission generator.
Yeah.
Because there's so much crap.
Yeah, that's true.
I will say one other downside to the terrain and the missions of Trench Crusade is that some of those missions require some really specific stuff.
Yeah, there should be a list at the front of the scenarios that's like, okay, here's everything you're gonna need.
Like, one of the missions, which is an awesome mission, is called the Iron Dragon, where there is some kind of either demon, engine, or tank, your choice, in the middle. And the players aren't even supposed to kill each other. They're just supposed to kill the dragon. The person who kills the dragon wins. The problem is like, okay, do you have a giant demon or tank in your collection? I hope you do.
It recommends 120 mil to 300 mil base.
Yeah.
That is massive.
It's a Land Raider.
Yeah, it's bigger than a Land Raider.
We've been using a Land Raider.
Yes, we've been using a Land Raider, and it's still too small.
But like the second one that I was thinking of was the one that Cody and I rolled last time we played, is the train, where you're supposed to have not only two train cars on tracks, which you could just mock up.
Yeah.
But you're also supposed to have them specifically on two hills with a bridge in between the two hills.
Yes.
That is very specific. That's like display board levels of building terrain. It's like, we kind of looked at that for a second and went, okay, we're going to do it.
We're not going to play that one. I played that one. It's really fun. No. But it took longer to set up than to play.
Yes, there is some of that, which Necromunda is not immune from.
No, God,
but by and large, most Necromunda games don't take a huge amount of time to set up.
It's true.
I actually feel like the Trench Crusade ones take a little longer on average.
I believe that.
But all of them are like, it's like Trench Crusade, Necromunda, and then over here's Kill Team.
Yeah. Takes 3 times the length to
you spend 45 minutes getting to play the game with the cards and everything like that. And that's not in Trench Crusade, obviously.
Yeah, not yet.
Don't put that juju on me.
I'll make a card system for my campaign.
And I'll ignore it.
Oh. Dang.
There is no arbitrator technically in
the
campaign because it doesn't really need one.
Again, kind of links into the more balanced and the campaign system.
Almost entirely due to simplicity.
Yeah.
And that is a common problem where the more things you add to a game, the less balanced it is. And Necromunda's lack of balance comes almost entirely from how much stuff.
Yes.
There are more gangs in Necromunda than there are warbands in Trench Crusade.
Oh, yeah, by a lot.
By a factor of 2, I think.
Yeah, if not more.
There are more weapons in Necromunda.
Yeah.
There are more everything in Necromunda.
Exactly.
Necromunda is bigger and more-er, and I think that's why we're still going to play it, because sometimes you do want bigger and more-er. Sometimes you just want to throw some dice, and I think Trench Crusade is going to scratch that particular itch for us.
I agree.
So let us know below what do you think of Trench Crusade, if it's something that you've avoided completely for whatever reasons, if you've already started playing it, if you enjoy it, and why. And stay tuned for more content like that in the future. Until next time.
Bye.